Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As you can see here, Associated Press vote shows clear Rookie of the Year winner between Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Actually kind of interesting. But before we get to that real quick, I wanted to show you, oh, what did I do with it? Here we go. The players of the week in the Western Conference, Asia Wilson, and in the Eastern Conference, oh, Angel Reese, despite Caitlin Clark's triple double and victory against the number one team in the WNBA, the New York Liberty, the WNBA has given Player of the Week to Angel Reese. Now, also, what is quite interesting about this, if we take a look at the last 5 games for Caitlin Clark, they look pretty good, don't they? The only one, and it wasn't a bad game, but it was not a standout game, is the Seattle game where they lost to Seattle on June 27th, and she actually shot solid 4 for 9, 3 for 7 from three. Not bad. 4 or 5 from the line. 15 points on 9 shots. Pretty good. But she didn't have the rebound and assist numbers she's been having lately. Now, the rebounding number was actually right on for her season average, but she's had some bigger rebound games. And if you look at 4 of these 5 games, she had at least 11 assists. The other 4 games on here, 11 assists, 12 assists, 13 assists twice. Now, going all the way back to June 27th, that seems odd, doesn't it? Because the week ended the 7th. Well, see, the WNBA decided to make up this thing where they were going to go back and include games all the way back to the 27th because of the Commissioner's Cup games. The Commissioner's Cup games, which are actually part of the regular schedule and don't affect your regular standings or anything like that. They're just normal games that they call Commissioner's Cup games. That's it. That's all they are. But see, they could lower Caitlin Clark's stats for the player of the week by going back to June 27th. Absolutely fascinating. But I want to get into this because this is interesting for a few different reasons. Now, as you can see, a panel of WNBA analysts, they gave Caitlin Clark an edge over Angel Reese in the Rookie of the Year race. 9 of 15 picked Clark, and 1 abstained for whatever silly reason. So it was a 9-5 vote. Now, now you could say that, okay, that looks good. I mean, I think it should be more than 9-5, but we'll say that's solid. Okay, that's a good sign for some people dealing with the reality of the situation. But But just like the player of the week, it goes downhill from there. Christy Winters Scott, an analyst who covers the Washington Mystics, explained why she voted for the Indiana Fever newcomer over the Chicago Sky sensation. Today, I would say Clark, only because they have one more win overall as a team and have a 2-1 lead head to head. Oh, my head hurts. It's like I'm gonna get a migraine. It's gonna explode. This is like Monica McNutty Nut crazy. Caitlin Clark's team having one more win than Angel Reese's team, or vice versa, is completely irrelevant to whether one player is the rookie of the year over the other. You should not be voting for this. You most certainly are not an analyst who covers the Washington Mystics because no basketball analyst would make this statement. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Can we stop this nonsense, please? Now, here's where it also gets interesting. Talks about the Fever recovering from a sluggish start to win 7 of their last 11. Yes, they started 2-9. Those 11 games were in 20 days. The first 4 games of the season were against the 2 best teams in the league. Both Connecticut and New York are 17-4. Now, all season long, here we go. We get her stats for points, rebounds, and assists, and says, after, look at, okay, I'm going to read this sentence and then I'll put it in context for you. Although I know a lot of you who are paying attention to all these videos probably already know where I'm going, but I'm going to do it anyway. Clark is averaging 16.1 points, 7.4 assists, and 6 rebounds per game after posting her first triple double in Saturday's upset over the New York Liberty. Okay, keep that in mind. I'm actually going to come back to it because I think I'm going to read the next thing about Angel Reese first. Meanwhile, Reese broke Candace Parker's record by registering her 13th straight double double on Sunday. The number 7 pick is averaging 14.1 points, 11.9 rebounds per contest, with the highest PER of all WNBA rookies. Now, let all that sink in because, as you can see, what they have refused to do is have any context whatsoever in either of those. So let's go back to Clark. That 16, 1, 7, 4, and 6. No, forget rookies. No player in WNBA history has ever averaged 16 plus points, 7 plus assists, and 5 plus rebounds per game. Ever. Oh, and her first triple double was the first time a rookie out of what, 996 or 997. I've seen both numbers. I'm going to round up to 1,000. The first rookie of 1,000 to post a triple double and the first triple double in Fever franchise history. Right? So they gave no context. It's like these were just ordinary numbers that if you didn't follow the WNBA, you'd have no idea how unbelievably good they are, historically speaking. Now, as for this, broke Candace Parker's record by registering her 13th straight double double. I guarantee you, and it may be changed now, I guarantee you, if before this you went and looked at WNBA records, that would not be one that's listed because it is not one. This whole double double didn't become a thing until they had to find something for Angel Reese that they could hang their hat on. And I'm not saying double doubles and points and rebounds isn't a good thing, but it is not what they're saying it is. If you are a decent post player, you should be getting a double double. Angel Reese takes as many shots per game as Caitlin Clark, and she camps out under the basket. She gets double doubles without having to do anything. They're ruining Camila Cardoso so Angel Reese can get more rebounds, which is hurting the Sky as a team. Oh, and by the way, this highest one of those advanced stats they like to look at, player efficiency rating. Let me tell you something about player efficiency rating. It is irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. Let me put that in context for you with Angel Reese being a post player and Caitlin Clark being a point guard. If you look at the top 14 all-time highest NBA PER ratings, you know how many were point guards? 0. If you look at the top 25 all-time highest WNBA PER ratings, 1 was a point guard. It is a silly, quote unquote, advanced statistic that highly favors post players against guards. It means nothing. Now, they make Reese's numbers seem like it's a big thing with a record that isn't a record, and then they mention highest PER, which is completely irrelevant to a point guard. They talk about what Clark is averaging and give it no context to the fact that it has never, ever, ever been done in the WNBA. Ever. And her first triple double was the first rookie triple double ever, with just about 1,000 rookies coming through the league and playing, and also the first in franchise history. So even though you get the AP with their vote, you see what one of the ridiculous voters who actually went for Clark was saying, that she chose because, so it's going to have nothing to do with how the players are actually playing. It's just going to be whichever team finishes ahead for her, which is absurd. And then you can see that the writer of this article clearly favors Angel Reese by the context and lack of context within the numbers that are being given to you. And this is the stuff that drives me crazy, and I'm going to keep pointing it out because most people, and I get it, like we all have lives, they may be interested, especially the fans who are just, maybe they're interested in the WNBA for the first time. They're enjoying watching Caitlin Clark, and they get the stuff like Skip and Keyshawn yesterday, where they hear Keyshawn say, "Every time you look up, Caitlin Clark's turning the ball over to the other team," and they hear that, and they don't really have context for it because they don't follow it that closely, and it sinks in as a negative for Caitlin Clark. Just like this stuff, no context on her historic, never been done before season, but fake context pro Angel Reese with this PER nonsense and double double stuff. And again, this is not me going after Angel Reese. This is me going after those in the media covering the WNBA who are gaslighting you about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and what they're doing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this. Smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We are over 4,500. That'd be so cool to see 5,000 coming soon. Like, that's crazy to even think about, but maybe, fingers crossed. And, oh, one last thing I'm going to give you. I think I'll post it in the community tab, but it just popped into my head. Because after this, when I saw the player of the week and like then this article and stuff, is anybody thinking they made the Fever Mystics game at noon on a Wednesday in hopes that the ratings aren't that good so they can point to it and say, look, it's wearing off. Caitlin Clark's not the draw she used to be. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for checking this out. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.